Hello everyone. We are already a month and a half after the outbreak of the war, and we still haven't been able to digest everything that happened to us as a nation. There are so many testimonies that happened from the beginning of the war until today that the media didn't have time to publish. The pace of events happening here is crazy. There is always a situation where there is new news that take precedence over evidence that happened already in the beginning of the war. In my opinion, it will take us several months or even years to reach all the stories of heroism that happened in our nation. Out of many exciting stories I heard, there was one story that really touched my heart that was published last week, and it is about young Israeli Bedouin who was working on a gas station on the day of the terrible massacre that happened in October 7, and he managed to save 14 Israelis from the brutal terrorists who came to his workplace. Before I will tell you about his testimony, I want to dwell on a point that I didn't emphasize enough in my previous videos. I don't know how many of you have had the opportunity to visit here in Israel, but I'm convinced that when you hear the word Israel, you imagine a country where only Jews live, and it is important for me to clarify that this is not true. We are a multicultural country that has Jews from Europe, Jews from Arab countries such as Morocco, Iran, Syria, Yemen, Tunisia, etc. Besides, there are Jews from countries like Ethiopia, Argentina, Brazil, etc. Beyond that, we have members of minorities such as Druze, Circassians, Israeli Arabs, and those of other cultures. We all live in peace side by side, and unfortunately among the victims there were members of the minorities who belong to the same cultures that I mentioned, and our pain as a nation arises regardless religion, race, sex, and nationality. Now let's go back to the heroic story of that young Bedouin who worked at a gas station in the south on the day of the terrible massacre. His name is Mas'ad, and he noticed a van approaching to his gas station and hurried to turn off the electricity switch so that there would be no situation for them to shoot at the gas station, and there would be a huge explosion at it that would kill everyone. Before the terrorists arrived, Mas'ad saw Israelis seeking for shelter from them and brought them into the convenience store next to the gas station. After they entered, he locked the door, which is made of tough glass, and attached it a gases that offered for sale that are kit for making coffee in field, so that if the terrorists break the door with their Kalashnikovs, they will explode. And so that he and the Israelis hiding with him will not harm, he went to the protected space that was inside the store and locked the steel door from the inside. In the end, the terrorists were unable to break down the main door of the store and gave up trying to enter to it and moved on to the next destination. This story shows our strength as a people, that the Jews, the Druze, the Circassians, the Bedouin, and the Israeli Arabs are part of us and support the state of Israel, which is a state of a Jewish majority and members of minorities who have equal rights to every citizen who lives in our country and whose blood is not less than every Jew who lives here. So that's all for now. I hope I was able to convey to you the picture of the people who live here in Israel and negate false stigmas that only Jews live in our country. Thank you so much for watching this video. I see you again in the next one.